Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.
Hey, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for your support. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Shout out to the 19, of course. Before we get going, if you want to help out the channel, it does help out tremendously just by simply smashing the like button and subscribing. Let's go. We are going to talk a little bit about the absolute unprofessionalism of the WNBA, and I'm going to tie it to some other stories just so you can see how bad it is. And this is the type of stuff that this league needs to fix. That is very fixable if they want to move to the next level of being a respected professional sports league. And I'm starting to think that is not what they want. But this time it is Outkick. And I know that Outkick is for a lot of people, they love them or hate them, sports media organization, company, whatever you want to call it. So I ask you, if you're someone who says, oh, Outkick, I ask you to put that aside. This is not an endorsement of everything Outkick, but this is an important story for the WNBA and part of the reason we're seeing a lot of the problems that we're seeing. And I will tie it into some stuff that has nothing to do with the WNBA. I mean, with Outkick, of course. Now you can see this is from Clay Travis. No other sports league has ever refused to credential Outkick. The NFL, MLB, NHL, PGA, NASCAR, NBA, MLS, no college conference. It has never happened. And this has happened entirely because the league doesn't want a player asked a question. Pretty extraordinary. And there is precedent for that, by the way, which we will get into as a reminder. So, what is going on? Well, you may remember not that long ago where we had the whole Brittney Griner situation that had to do with what did she say and what a lot of people were saying that she said, and that was this, right? The whole rip bleeding thing. And some people say that, it's trash, it's effing white girl, and other people say, no, that's not what she said. It's whack call. And I'm like, well, it's definitely not whack call. I honestly, I can't tell for sure what she said. And when you hear words you're told and then you look at it, it is tough to differentiate, but it's definitely not call. But anyway, so Outkick was a big pusher of that as well as a lot of other organizations. And now all of a sudden they can't cover WNBA games. WNBA refuses to grant Outkick media credentials. What is the league hiding? Great question. So it's been 2 weeks since Atlanta Dream forward Brittney Griner fouled out of a WNBA game against the Indiana Fever and then was seen on camera shouting something that has been interpreted multiple ways. Some people believe, based on reading her lips, that she said effing white girl, while other people believe she said effing whack call. I'm not saying it was white girl. It definitely was not call. The mouth doesn't move that way. But anyway, no one is certain exactly what she said. There's an easy way to find out. Ask Griner. 100%. But no one in sports media has done that. Outkick says they've reached out to WNBA and to Griner's management team several times, but have not received a single response. Griner has participated in multiple games since the incident, which means the media has had plenty of access to simply ask the question, yet not a single reporter, in quotes, of course, has. So why? Why? Because, as we've all figured out, there's no such thing as a WNBA reporter or journalist. They are stands and activists. You can see it at ESPN as clear as anywhere else. They will not and cannot cover the league properly because they feel that they are part of it. And then you have real journalists who are not allowed to cover it, which is what you're seeing with Outkick right here. Outkick requested a media credential for the Atlanta Dream game in Los Angeles against the Sparks on May 27th. The Sparks denied the request. They requested a media credential for the Atlanta Dream game in Connecticut against the Sun. The Sun denied the request. The Sun actually told them due to very limited space, priority is given to those that are associated with outlets that have consistently covered the organization for previous seasons. Now, there are a couple of things with that, as Outkick says. It's a pathetic excuse because really you don't have the room at a Connecticut Sun game, the 1-6 Connecticut Sun. There isn't room for one person at that game. Really? Really? Is that what you're telling me? In addition, setting aside the Griner stuff, the excuse of has consistently covered the organization for previous seasons, which basically was nobody. So again, you're telling us that the league does not want to grow at least not in a way that is not controlled by them. They don't want any fans or media that don't say and act exactly how they want, what they approve of them doing. Absolutely, absolutely wild. Now, let's take a look at, I think this is it. Remember this?
Dijonai,
Yeah.
did you, when you went and kind of swatted at Caitlin, did you intend to hit her in the eye? And if so, could you just, or if not, either way, could you talk about what happened on that play?
I don't even know why I would intend to hit anybody in the eye. That doesn't even make sense to me. But no, I didn't.
Actually, it's pretty obvious when you watch how you play. You really actually try and hurt a lot of people. In my opinion, I'm not saying it's purposeful, but you are definitely a reckless player. I think we've seen that very recently.
I didn't know I hit her actually. I was trying to make a play on the ball, and I guess I followed through and I hit her. So obviously,
So yeah, about that play on the ball, which we've also looked at before. And this isn't a great view, but I did have it up just as I just wanted to remind you all. If you watch the way she closes her fingers like a beak and boom, right into the eye. Now, of course, you knew that you hit her. There's no way you can't know that you hit her. But to my point, Christine Brennan, who has done more for women in sports than everyone involved in the WNBA in its history combined. You can look it up. The league tried to destroy her because of that. This is from the players union of the WNBA, from NECA, Janae's sister, the Seattle Storm. We'll get to that in a moment. Instead, now you heard that question. There was nothing wrong with that question. It should have been worded better. Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with it. Say, did you intend it? Did you intend to hit her in the eye? And, if not, what happened? Like, that's a pretty basic question for a play like that. Anybody in professional sports that's the NBA, the NFL, whatever it is, when you have a play like that, maybe a guy hits a quarterback way, way late or whatever it is, you're going to get asked about it. It's pretty standard stuff. Instead of demonstrating the cornerstones of journalism ethics like integrity, objectivity, and a fundamental commitment to truth, you have chosen to be indecent and downright insincere. Now, think about the question they're talking about. Hey, on that play with Caitlin, when you hit her in the eye, did you intend to? And if not, what happened? And there was no malicious sounding to her voice, right? But listen to how they said. So she was actually asking for the truth. She was trying to get to the truth of that play. You have abused your privileges and do not deserve the credentials issued to you, and you certainly are not entitled to any interviews with the members of this union or any other athlete in sport. Those credentials mean that you can ask anything, but they also mean that you know the difference between what you should and should not. We see you. Our relationship with the media is a delicate one that we will continue to strengthen because the media is essential to growing the game. No one knows that better than we do, but the players are entitled to better. They are entitled to professionalism. They have never shown professionalism themselves in their entire existence when it comes to this league. Do not sit here and get on your high horse and act like a POS yourself all the time and dare to say a media journalist asking a very simple question that everyone should be expected to ask. And you're going to sit there and try and shame them and use ridiculous, gibberish words to string together to make it sound like you have the moral high ground. I think not in a league that is known for its bullying. I think not in a league that's known for attacking players and dirty play. I think not when NECA, Seattle right now is having some interesting things going on with investigations. I don't see you speaking on that. Why is that exactly? I'm curious as to why you are not speaking on that. I'm curious as to why there's no statement from the players union with regard to that play. This isn't about Christine Brennan doing anything wrong. This is about the WNBA losing control because Caitlin Clark joined the league and now they have more eyeballs and now they have actual media, actual reporters and journalists that might want to ask real questions. I mean, let's go back to this just a second here, right? Those credentials mean that you can ask anything, but they also mean that you know the difference, right? You certainly are not entitled to any interview with the member. So this is all about, hey, you are only going to ask the questions that we approve of when it comes to our players, or we will get you fired. That's all this is. That's all it's ever been. This is why you get all this crap from ESPN and so forth. Because the only people allowed to cover the WNBA either agree with everything from the WNBA and don't want to ask the important questions, or they don't ask the important questions because they don't want to lose their job. They don't want to be threatened by the WNBA. This is absolutely insane that we've gotten to this point with this league. This league has a long, long way to go to become a professional sports league. Changes need to be made from the top. This is deeply embedded in the entire WNBA, from the commissioner on down to the coaches, to the players, to the front offices, to the stand activist media that they do allow to talk to these players. This is why no one ever asked Brittney Griner when she interrupted a reporter and said she's called James. No one ever asked why. Just saying, it's odd, right? Am I the only one? I'm not making any statement about anything, but I just thought when Brittney Griner said, the kid's calling me Pops. I don't know. I would have asked a question about that, but I guess, see, you're not allowed to ask those types of questions, I get. Anyway, but keep it respectful in the comments, because I know I just probably opened a can of worms that I did not intend. We're talking about Brittney Griner. There's another great example. Because as a normal human being, I would have asked a woman, why do you have your kid calling you Pops? I don't know. Anyway, um, keep it respectful in the comments. I probably should edit this out. But anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below about all this. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Really do appreciate it. Go have the day you deserve, and I will talk to you later.